I have made so many videos about luxury items you shouldn't waste your money on, so today I'm gonna pull a little Uno reverse move and talk about luxury designer items that I know are a waste of money, but hey, it's my money, and at the moment, I do want to waste my money on them because sometimes it's about the little luxuries in life, right? And if these items can even remotely make me feel better while I'm doing whatever it is I'm probably not wanting to do, then I'll take whatever help I can get. Welcome back to a briefcase of luxury, where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. While I have no intentions of quitting my day job as a business professor, I would love to continue to grow this channel, so thank you for being here today. Now we're gonna start with the obvious. I have been a huge advocate against high heels, designer or otherwise, and I have stood by that for the longest time because in all of my years, I have yet to meet a pair of high heels that have convinced me otherwise until I came across Cosy Island earlier this year. Now I've talked about Cosy Island on my channel. They are primarily a high heel brand, but what truly sets them apart is the fact that they make high heels that you can actually wear. And true to their mission, comfort without compromise, seriously, they make some of the most comfortable high heels I have ever worn. I am still convinced it's sorcery. I never thought I would live to see the day where I can wear a pair of high heels at my age for 12 to 16 hours straight and not just be surviving, but thriving. Like the pair of Grace Lithe mules I have from them, I have worn them to death. So I am so excited to get to partner with Cosy Island again, and I have 3 new pairs of high heels to share with you. Now these first 2 pairs are from their new Soft Bounce collection. I picked up their pump version in the color apricot, as well as the slingback version in just their classic black. Now, both of these are in a size 6 and they are true to size. So seriously, all you need to do is to look at the bottom of these to know that they are something special. Cosy Island is not messing around. My husband says they look like high-heeled cleats, and that's a fair assessment because I don't think I need to convince you that these are insanely comfortable to walk in. I think that's translating perfectly fine on screen. Also, the heel heights on both of these are tall enough to give you a proper high heel look at 3.5 inches, but it's still more than comfortable to walk in. And because the upper on both of these are made of a stretchy knit material, your toes aren't going to feel constricted, which I know can be the case for pointed-toed shoes. So we're talking 360-degree comfort for your feet. Also, each pair of high heels come with additional inserts, which honestly, they are unnecessary because I have yet to feel like their heels need more cushion or support. So yes, not only are these great for long work days, meetings, and conferences, like I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but you can wear these on your casual days off as well, right? Like who would have thought I would recommend wearing high heels casually? So if you are someone who abhors high heels because you're convinced you can never survive a full day's work in them, these seriously are a total game changer. Now, the last pair that I picked up, I just couldn't help it. This is from their fall winter collection, and it's the tweed Chloe blocked heel slingback. I just love the color of the tweed as well as the fringe detail right here, and I just thought this would be so fall appropriate. Like, I can see this pairing so well with some wide leg trousers or a pencil or midi length skirt or dress. It's just such a beautiful, proper look. Now the heel design is a little different. It's shorter at about 2 3/4 of an inch, plus it's a block style heel. So yes, it's still really comfortable. It still comes with the additional inserts, which I still find unnecessary. I have really completely given up on high heels, and now I'm eating my words. Now I practically wear high heels on a daily basis just because I finally found high heels where I can do that and not be miserable and hobbling all day. Like, I'm too old to wear shoes that look good but make me feel like crap and like I can't focus on my job. So again, definitely check out Cosy Island. If you are like me, I promise you will not be disappointed. I will have these linked below as well as a discount code if you are interested. So a huge shout out to Cosy Island for just making high heels that you can actually wear. But yes, I am now once again a high heel girly, and for the right pair of high heels, I think it's 100% worth spending your money on. Now, moving on to another item, I also once thought that I would never waste money on buying, and that is a designer agenda slash notebook for work. Primarily because as a professor, that seems to be the gift of choice in academia. I mean, I have been gifted more notebooks than I can count over the years. I think even right now, I have between 10 to maybe 20 unused notebooks just in my office. So I've always just convinced myself that it would be silly to spend money on a notebook, let alone designer money, when I have notebooks to spare. But there are some days when you are looking at your written down to-do list, and I just can't help but feel that a nice designer agenda notebook would help soften the blow, because as someone who shamelessly enjoys designer items, I feel like this is exactly when and where I need a bit of designer luxury pick-me-up in my day. Now, I've been back and forth about which agenda I would realistically go for, and I have it narrowed down to two. The first is just your simple Louis Vuitton agenda in the damier ebene. As much as I would love to have something fun and flashy, like Fashionphile had a mirror monogram version available, I do take my agenda to meetings, and so I feel like the damier ebene is about as flashy as I would want it to get. Now, my second option would be the Hermes Ulysses notebook, particularly the one in the color chocolate. Now, both brand new from store, retail for around maybe $500 to $600, not including the notebook paper refill. That would be another $100, my guess. So with taxes, I'm looking at about close to $1,000 to have a fancy to-do list. It sounds ridiculous when I put a number to it, but yeah, that doesn't change the fact that I still kind of want to do it. And of course, let's just take this to its logical conclusion. If I get a designer agenda, well, I gotta get a nice pen to go along with it, right? Now, this one I blame my husband. He has a really nice collection of Mont Blanc and Cartier pens, and I know how much joy those give him at work. And I can use some of that joy right now. Like, a pen that has been on my perpetual wish list is the Mont Blanc Heritage Rouge et Noir baby rollerball pen. I think it's just so precious and would make for such a good purse pen because it's so tiny. It's about $600, and they recently released a matching pouch for about $300. So again, we're looking at almost $1,000, yep, for a single pen. And while pens aren't normally gifted in academia, this is an item we are never in short supply of. Every hiring company brings pens as part of their company's swag. Every office on campus has their own pens, buckets of them at their front desk. So no, I am not pen poor by any means. Doesn't stop me from still wanting a $1,000 pen. Now, a better deal that I found was from Gucci for under $700. You get the pen, the case, and a couple of refills. However, the one I really wish I didn't sleep on was from the Louis Vuitton Murakami collection this year. I mean, I'm glad I did, because the pen itself was over $1,000, and who knows how much the matching case was. I think it was around $500. Obviously, both are no longer available to purchase from store, and to my surprising disappointment, I have not seen these hit the pre-loved market either. Now, the next luxury item I swore I wouldn't waste my money on is a designer passport holder, because we all know when you are traveling, your passport is going to spend more time out of the passport holder than in it. So really, what is the point? However, there is one particular passport holder that I still have my eye on, and surprisingly, it's from Chanel. I think this was released last year, and the reason why I'm drawn to it is because it has an interior zipped compartment. Like, that's the only reason I would consider a passport holder, is if I plan to use it on a trip as my card holder slash wallet at the same time. So a zipped compartment for coins would be a must. And I can store my credit cards in the card slots and cash in the billfold section. Now, I would also probably only reserve this for when I'm traveling to places where I do plan on doing some luxury designer shopping, because typically that's when you need to bring your passport with you anyways, if you want that tax refund. Now, I wish I knew how much these retailed for, but when I am able to find these pre-loved, they're typically around $1,500. So again, pretty darn pricey for an occasion item. And also, if there is another designer brand that's not Chanel that does something similar, please let me know down in the comments below. It's just really hard to find designer passport holders with zipped compartments, and this is the only one I'm familiar with. I've got 2 more items on the list. Both are items that I do consider to be luxury must-haves, but honestly, you don't need more than one. So first off, I'm not someone who wants to have an entire case of high-end luxury watches. I really do enjoy my Cartier Santos Octagon watch, as well as my one from Pascal. But for the Cartier one, I love the two-tone situation, but if I were to be honest, I would love to have a solid gold Cartier watch one day as well. Again, totally unnecessary, I know. Plus, solid gold Cartier watches are ridiculously expensive. Like, I would love to one day have the Panthère or the Beige Noir, but seriously, Lord help us, that price is so... yeah, I don't know. So this is one instance where I think a stainless steel luxury watch is the more economical choice, but one day when I'm ready, man, I would love to own a solid gold Cartier watch. And when I say I'm ready, by me, I mean my bank account. Now, last but not least, this is another item that I feel like a lot of us have more than we need and use, and that is a designer belt. Now, in my case, in my defense, I actually do wear belts a lot every time I go to work, which is why I already have quite a healthy number of them, and I have all of my basic colors and hardware covered. But let's talk about the Hermes Kelly pocket belt. I have been feeling that for years, and I would always put off buying it until I could try my luck in store, just because that's a hefty little chunk of change. And with me running out of stuff to buy from Hermes, I just didn't want to waste it on an online purchase, which is stupid because I've seen plenty of those online over the years. And if I had just gotten one online years ago, like, I kind of don't even want to think about how much these have increased in price since I first decided I wanted one. I want to say they are currently retailing for about $2,025 for a belt and a card holder. Yeah, so, which by the way, I don't even know how I would plan to use the card holder, but all I know is I still kind of want it for no other reason than I want it. The worst part about this is I do own a Kelly belt already in gold with rose gold hardware, and you know, to be totally honest, I don't find it to be the most comfortable of my belts. Like, I much prefer my regular Hermes belt. I think it's because the Kelly belt is quite thick because it is doubled up in the back, which makes it quite uncomfortable. I don't know why people don't mention this more often, or maybe it's just me. So yes, this is yet another silly little purchase I still want to waste my money on. I guess it's really not so little, is it? It's $2,000 for a belt, my goodness. I think partly it may just be because I haven't seen any new bags lately that have really caught my eye, especially at the designer level, and I'm still in the mood to shop though. And maybe I'm just subconsciously filling in that gap with these other items that I have had to put aside in the past to prioritize handbags. So let me know if you have ever changed your mind on anything you swore you would not waste any more of your money on, and why. Like, what made you reconsider? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around to the bitter end of yet another rambly video. And if you enjoyed your time here, then please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I can't wait to see you again next time.